What up, y'all? Early stream, short stream, gay stream, pee-pee poo-poo stream. Ooh. I do wonder if there's like, ooh, nice too. I wonder if there's like a YouTube algorithm hack if like you just do like very short streams like every single day, like 5 minutes. And then if people watch that 5 minutes, would it increase the watch time? And then like, it's just coming there, bro. The description is meant for everyone. But it's also a secret, so don't tell anyone. Oh no, he's over. It's Joker for him. Oh nice. And I won if he decides that unless he does it, he pulls a hat trick out of his asshole. Like that. That is said hat trick. Pulled out of his asshole. This artifact? Sorcery. Oh no. Oh no, he keeps adding to my pool of money. Bro, you gotta be kidding. What is it? Ain't even that reach. Stuff. Oh, this guy sucks balls. 8. No block. Oh no, you got lifelink and ward. Alright. Oh, I lost this one. Lily doesn't do enough damage. What are the odds of this fucking retard pulling those 2 cards? Magic the Gathering. Literally fucking destroys all cards. Destroys all cards. -1 all cards. It's like, come on. Seems fake. But what do I know? I'm just a simple man. Be a simple kind of man. I wanna love and understand. And fuck that guy and his card. What's going on, man? Welcome back. Hello to my balls, is what it's saying. You gotta be kidding me. This is where magic hits. Oh, what the fuck? Fuck that. Bro, what is this crack? These retards figure out that this is the meta? Oh my god. All my fucking enchantments, which I don't even like, dude, like at this point I should have drawn a land. Woo! Fuck him. Crackhead fucking bitch. Not much, just been playing Thief and Splinter Cell all day. Config files and a tiny bit of racing based. I love Splinter Cell. That was one of the best series. I've just been jorking my jeepis. They're all, I guess, like... Oh, look at that. Oh, you look at that. 5, 6. Hell yeah. Oh, that'd be sick. Double strike. And it does. And it's over. You can make this up. Oh, Luke Duke made a video about that T-app data getting link and how it's awful and these people's IDs get leaked. Oh, you can't make this up? Yeah, I'm aware of it. You can find the data leak. First off, if you upload your this is a perfect example of why you should never have to use photo ID with an app. This should be an extremely good example of why you should never upload your ID to verify who you are for an app. And I don't feel bad for a single person. It's labeled as a quote-unquote woman safety app, but it wasn't used for that. It was not even close to being used for that. It was just women just literally fucking uploading shit and doxing men and calling them shit. Like talking shit about them. Right? After his video about why we should use ID online to fix the dead internet. Literally. Yeah, I know. Yeah, literally. Imagine being retarded and then you doing a video about how retarded your idea was. It's in real time. We're seeing morons fucking post in real time, but you know, whatever. What am I? I'm just some guy on the internet I'm just some guy on the internet falling off with only 2,000 subs, dog. Hypocrisy at its finest. Not even just hypocrisy. It's just a dumb idea. There's no good way. It doesn't matter how you do it. There's no good possible outcome of uploading your internet to a fucking any app that isn't required. If the government requires it, whatever. At least it's the fucking. I guess I don't like it, and I'm trying to be careful not to contradict myself. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you meant. He's just retarded. My thing is, if I am legally not required to upload my ID, I will never, ever, ever do that. Unless it is required for me to get paid. It is required for me to get paid, and it is a deal, like, through my employer. Whatever. I mean, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. You can't tell them no. Though, kind of based, I had a job once that they allowed PGP encryption for emailing sensitive information. It was like, once I had a job in there, you could send when you send the email with your documents, you could encrypt everything with your PGP. Banks, jobs, and government stuff. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's about it. Banks, government, jobs, whatever. You know. To combat whatever fucking penis they got. Social media apps have no business needing this. They're not a need for society, regardless of people say that they're the town square. Listen, ladies, they are now the town square. It's like, all right, just KYS at this point. The second, like, when I was testing out, like, Facebook to see what it would give me, what it wouldn't give, like, how could I sign up for Facebook anonymously, I was like, well, very hard. And they asked for an ID, and I said no. I'm like, all right, delete my account within X many days. We're going to delete your account in 180 days. Cleopatra and Thunderbird make PGP easy. Your friend's inbred cousin could do it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Proton makes it easy. But people don't understand PGP. Like, still. They still don't understand how it works. There's still... I even watched a video of two people talk about PGP encryption. And they were having a disagreement about it. And he said it is complicated to understand to the average user. And he's like... The guy was like, no, it's not. Explains it. Explains it incorrectly, by the way. And he says, my point exactly. It's... People still don't understand it. No! I'm not saying it's easy to do, but it's not easy to do now. I actually don't like PG Cleopatra, but I mean, I get what you're saying. But Proton makes it super easy to understand PGP encryption. It's a button at this point. And if it's Proton to Proton, it's end-to-end encrypted. Just like 2 to node to 2 to node, but they don't want to do PG encryption, and I get why. They explain it. They have a good explanation of it. And I agree with them on the key part, the private key part. People don't rotate their keys. It doesn't have perfect forward secrecy, which could be a problem, and it doesn't encrypt the metadata. And those are all good points. Why PGP is not good. You fucking bitch. You fucking loser. Make it easy. I suppose the key picking part is a bit hard for the untechnical. I don't know if Cleopatra does. Also, people don't understand. So, people don't understand how it works. The public key is like a special lock that anyone can use and put a message into it in the box. The private key is like the special key that only the owner has to open the box and read the message. This way, even if someone else sees the message, they can't read it without the private key. When you send a message, you use the recipient's public key, the person, to lock the message. Only the recipient can unlock it with their private key. This is the part that confuses people. My public key can be given out to everyone, and they use it to encrypt the message and then send it back to me because my private key can decrypt that message because it is, cryptographically signed to each other. I explained it to someone at work. He understood it. He's like, "Oh, that makes sense." And I was like, "But there is a part that people do get wrong and they make it difficult. It's like it's confusing. Like, oh, I have this public key and this private key. You know what I mean?" Even this is like a good way to understand it. Everyone can put a letter in that mailbox, but only the legitimate owner of the mailbox has a key and can read those letters. It's the same principle with PGP. Yeah. But that part is the part that people get confused about. Because when people hear private key and public, when they hear public key and then private key, I've explained it to someone and they didn't get it, and I understand where the confusion comes from. And I had to have it explained to me like I'm 5. The public key and the private key, like so are you telling me I encrypt the message with my public key and send it out? No, I encrypt the message with your public key and send out the message to you so that you can decrypt the message, and then you send a message back with me, because you understand it now. Once you understand something, it's hard to not sympathize with people that don't understand it. I mean, I get it. I understand why people don't understand it. So you're telling me you encrypt the message with my public key and send it to me, and I encrypt your message back with your public key and we can decrypt it. Like, yeah, that's not, I mean, it sounds simple because like we use it. But I can sympathize with people that don't understand that. I mean, dude, people don't even use password managers. Confidentiality and PGP. Like, here's a good example. Like, Dilfin. I cannot spell it right. Like, fully homomorphic encryption in the dawn of truly private internet. Why is this always coming up everywhere now? Where is it? It was like... No, I know a lot of retards that are young that are terrible with their passwords. I promise. It's not an old person thing. It's just universe. I joke, but like it's universally a problem. I mean, password managers are just not. No one uses them. They just don't want to. What's it called? Yeah, but people again don't back up their data. If they don't back up their data and they lose or corrupt that database, they're fucked. We say it's easy to use because we use it. I mean, I agree that you could show someone how to use it. Though I prefer Pass these days. Yeah, I use KeePass. I'm gonna find this. This is also, you don't know Pass? No. I might. I think I've seen it. Is this it? The Hill Cipher? There's a type of encryption where you can see the public and private keys and it doesn't compromise. You can exchange them publicly and you can see them I don't understand how it works, but it's a way it won't compromise the encrypted data. Ooh, maybe I'll find it. Asymmetric encryption, triple DES, AES, already said blowfish, two fish. It's a type of encryption that's it's very cool. It's very interesting. Like I've heard it on a podcast and I was like, wow, that's based actually. It uses your PGP to encrypt each password in a file for storage. Oh, I don't really use PGP anymore. I have no use for it because I use Tutanota. I mean, obviously it's good for. Again, the reason I don't, and I'm PGP again has its problems that will be a problem in the future. I get why. I mean, there's a reason I don't use it because PGP again has a problem. It doesn't encrypt entire messages like the metadata where it's important, and the non-reputation, integrity, authentication, privacy, kind of. Okay, maybe we'll find this bitch. Dilfer or Hellman, this is it. This is the one. Never mind. Pass Unix. Oh, we'll find it. I don't use, because I don't like PGP for, like, the reasons that I've discovered for it, but this is actually very cool. Okay, so Diffie-Hellman encryption algorithm, also known as the exponential key exchange, is a public key exchange method used to share private keys across public networks. This is insane. You would never do this with a PGP encryption. That'd be bad, because if people have your private keys, they can decrypt your messages. One of the most common encryption methods, sometimes the algorithm acts as a key agreement protocol that determines the private key used by both parties in data exchanges. Diffie-Hellman has been used for decades, mainly for sharing private keys in symmetric encryption applications. It allows two entities with no prior knowledge of each other to join establishedly and share a secret key over the internet in an insecure channel. That's fucking mind-blowing! What a based man. However, the Diffie-Hellman algorithm lacks authentication. Data used in this encrypted data is vulnerable to man-in-the-middle attacks. Diffie-Hellman is well suited for data communications, but less often used for data stored archived for a long time. Due to its nature, Diffie-Hellman public domain algorithm allows you to secure a wide range of internet services. Additionally, the algorithm provides a base of multitude authentication protocols, and case in point, Diffie-Hellman's applications forward secrecy and transport layer securities ephemeral mode. So, like I don't know what OTR is. There's Blowfish, Twofish, AES, IDEA, the internal data. Well, we can look that up though. Oh, off the record message. Off-the-record messaging is a cryptographic protocol that provides encryption for instant messaging conversation. OTR uses a combination of AES symmetric key algorithm with 128-bit length. This is why, fun fact, 128 is still like very secure today. Like 256 is like used because we can, but it's not needed. The Diffie-Hellman key exchange with 1536-bit groups of size and the SHA-1 hash function. In addition to authentication and encryption, OTR provides forward secrecy and malleable encryption. Based. Okay. OTR was presented in 2004 by Nikita Brosville and Eric Brewer as an improvement over the OpenPGP and SMEI system at the Workshop on Privacy of the Electronic Society, WEPS. The first version, and this is the problem with OpenPGP, PGP in general. The first version, 0.8.0 of the reference implementation was published on the 21st of November, 2004. In 2005, Analyst was presented by Mario Di Ramadino and Rosio Garnio key exchange. As a result, Version 2 of the OT protocol was published in 2005, which implements a variation of the proposed modifications. In addition, hides the public keys. Moreover, the possibility of fragment OTR messages was introduced in order to deal with chat systems that have a limited message size. And a similar method of verification against man-in-the-middle attacks was implemented. Oh, eJabbered. Nice. It was published for eJabbered. That's crazy. For XMPP. Oh, yeah. Isn't this is using XMPP, right? But I don't think all messengers have it. I don't think all messages have a stake in it. Like they don't use it. Users won't. In 2007, it can be. Yeah, I don't think it's forced, but it is an option if you want to use XMPP and you want to encrypt it. Users who don't check fingerprints, OTR develops counter to this attack by introducing Socialist Millionaire Protocol. That is a fucking crazy name for a protocol. It's the standard on OEMEO and XMP. Yeah, I remember reading this. This is the most craziest thing protocol I've ever heard. That is funny. And they say programmers don't have humor. We gotta read this real quick. OTR also works over IRC. Oh, nice. In cryptography, the socialist millionaire problem is one of which two millionaires want to determine if their wealth is equal without disclosing any information about their riches to each other. It is a variant of the millionaire's problem. Yao's millionaire problem, a secure multi-party computation problem introduced in 82. Oh. I'm going to have to read a lot of these problems. Whereby two millionaires wish to compare their riches to determine who is the most wealthiest without disclosing any information about their riches to each other. It is often used as a cryptographic protocol that allows two parties to verify the identity of the remote party through the use of shared secret, avoiding a man-in-the-middle attack without the inconvenience of manually comparing public key fingerprints through outside channel. Ineffective, a relatively weak passphrase in natural language can be used. Nice. Oh no, math, scary. Jump scare. Oh. IRSSL has it built in. I like when people do like they built shit into it. Yao's millionaire problem is a secure multi-party computational problem introduced in 82 by computer scientist and computational theorist Andrew Yao. The problem discusses two millionaires, Alice and Bob, who are interested in knowing which of them is richer without revealing their actual wealth. In more general terms, this problem can be expressed as there are two numbers, A and B. The goal is to determine whether the inequality A, B is true or false without revealing the actual values of A and B. The millionaire's problem is an important problem in cryptography. The solution is used in e-commerce and data mining. Commercial applications sometimes have to compare numbers that are confidential and whose secrecy is important. Mao's solutions have been introduced to the problem, introducing a physical solution based on cards. The first solution presented at Yao is exponential time and space. Oh, nice. Lots of math, scary math, jump scare. Okay. Okay. Interpolation in libort. Instead of compare key chunks, knowledge of arbitrary shared secret can be utilized for which relatively low entropy can be tolerated. Entropy. In information theory, entropy is a random variable quantifies the average level of uncertainty or information associated with the variable's potential state or possible outcomes. Wow. Entropy. Okay. Version 3 of the protocol was published in 2012, a measure against the repeated reestablishment of session in case of several competing chat clients being signed onto the same user address at the same time. More precise identification labels for sending and receiving client instance were introduced in version 3. Moreover, additional keys is negotiated, which can be used for another data channel. Am I going to get a DMCA strike, guys? Several solutions have been proposed for supporting conversations with multiple participants, a method proposed in 2007 by Yang Bayan and Rem Z Seeker and Umit Topolog uses the system of one participating in a virtual server. This method, called multi-party off copycat, by Ian Goldberg at AL. ATL. Unencrypted online chatting available for Windows. It uses end-to-end encryption to secure all communications. Other cryptography. In 2013, Signal Pro was introduced, which was based off OTR messaging and the Silent Circle Instant Messaging Protocol, SCIMP. It brought about support for asynchronous communication, offline messages, as its major new feature, as well as better resilience with distorted order of messages and simpler support for conversations with multiple participants. OMEMO introduced an Android XMP client called Conversations. I use this, by the way. In 2015, integrates double ratchet algorithm, which is base actually, used by Signal in the latest messaging protocol, XMPP, Jabber, and also enables encryption for file transfers. In the autumn of 2015, it was submitted to the XMP Standard Foundation for standardization. Currently, version 4 of the protocol has been designed. It was presented by Sophia Seal and Ola Binbin at PETS 2018. Guys, now you know, and you learned more about encryption, and that is the important part and base. Look at the curve is kind of cool. I can remember reading that. The best part is I will remember none of this, and I will have to reread it in exactly 3 months. It is very cool when they can do this, though. You should play Squirrel Stapler. What the fuck is that? Nice. My Monero node is almost synced. Oh, I'm assuming it's okay. It's exactly what it sounds like. Satirized low budget gaming with the pitch black humor and panic, including absurd horror. The game follows a lonely man living in a remote cabin who discovers his beloved is a small corpse nailed to the cabin wall, and he decides to hunt squirrels to staple them to her corpse to make her beautiful again. The game was originally part of the Dread X collection too. Wow, that is quite dystopian. I will consider it. Average LFS user. That's true. Wants to make his wife beautiful again by stapling squirrels. No, it's the fucking otters. Fucking hate otters. Does he have reach? Yeah, fuck you. Average LFS users also spend all month compiling. You gotta be kidding me. Balls! Yeah, we're gonna do this guy right here. Oh my god, yeah, that one gets... No! Fedora, Ubuntu. Oh, that's a hard one. I mean Fedora, I guess. I've grown to like the DEM package manager. What up, Rob? Damn. Pick your punish. Yeah, my punishment will be. I mean, I don't like Fedora for like of my own set of reasons. The DEM package manager. Did you eat? Of course. Stuff's major balls. Fuckers have lifesteal or something. Oh my god, my balls. Message redacted. Oh my god, fuck this loser. What a fucking... Oh, dude, what a fucking smelly person. Yeah, fuck that loser. Use macOS for a month or watch 8 hours of Luke. macOS for a month. That's an easy one. I don't like Mac because it's proprietary software, but god, man, watching that guy would make me lose brain cells like actively. There's a YouTube channel I used to watch, and then they went off the rails. They were like super. Look, I don't care when people have political opinions, like genuinely, it doesn't bother me. But if your content starts shifting that entire way, like your entire ideology just shifts, like you just do a giant channel shift, I just don't like it. It's like, dude, you suck. Just make a second channel. again, I think it's okay to have opinions, especially when stuff is politically charged. There are politically charged stuff to be like you can't avoid it. But I couldn't imagine just watching a Linux YouTuber and then they just complain about the government or just have really shitty fucking Fox News. They sound like they've just been watching Fox News for like 40 minutes. At least come up with your own. At least come up with your own opinion. The worst is just hearing super regurgitative, no opinion, no thoughts, like type of content. That's the worst. Or when people like Asmongold's like a perfect example of this. He just regurgitates information. He has no thoughts of his own. He's retarded. I used to somewhat like be okay with watching his shit on like video game drama because like he's in the video game space, and now he's just a political commentator, and he's not good at it. He's just also anyone with a disgusting house like that should never have an opinion about anything. If you're a millionaire, which he is, and your house is that gross, you should get off the internet. No one should take you serious. And you should kiss yourself. But if you're on Twitter, do not say that. They'll ban you. Watching you patch DWM would be a funny stream. DWM. That would be funny. I know my I mean, people think I use Linux because I'm a power user. I use Linux because it's free and open source. Okay. I mean, mainly, most of my my Linux, I only got Linux because Windows wouldn't run, and then I just fell down the rabbit hole of hating proprietary software. You add stuff to it by patching the source code in C? Oh yeah, that sounds like hell already. Damn. I've done it. It's farfy but super satisfying when it works. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, like, there's always gonna be things like it's always satisfying when like shit works. Even when it's hard. Loser. Ooh. And I understand like some people like want to go in the config files and they want to go and like customize and like rice the shit out of their fucking their distro. Personally, actually, funny enough, I barely use I didn't use grep for a long time because I was like I have no need for it. But there's a few times where I've used grep and I'm like this is great. And fuck this guy. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. You should learn Vim. No. I'm a Vim hater. I have no need for it. I've looked at it. People have explained it to me. I literally have zero need. Nano editor is all I need. I don't need a super editor. I don't think most people do. I mean, I think people just want to justify using it. Like, it's cool. It's cool if it makes certain things easier, but I've never seen where I need to replace Nano with Vim. Yeah. Oh my god, fuck this loser. Try Helix. Yeah, everyone says it's like Vim for like none. People that don't want to like use it. I'm a web dev, so I need it. Plus, everyone I use has a config. Do you need it? Or are you just telling yourself you need it? That's the real question. You're telling me you couldn't get away with Nano? Configure it out. How did they do it before Vim? Do you have haste? No. Oh, unless they have double strike. Okay, never mind. VI, and before VI, ED. Hold on, if I do. How would you achieve such a great thing? For strike reach, okay. You guys from the 70s? Yeah. But what did they do before VI? No pen and paper? Wait, does this have trample? Okay, it doesn't. Good. Unix editor. Oh, nice. Strike reach. No trample though. I mean, he's got to have something. Oh, look at that! My health. Isn't that no death touch? In fact, VI is loosely based off on how the ed command system based off EDs. ED? Erectile dysfunction. Oh, yeah. We're good. Right? We're good. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, you fucking loser. It's over. It's over. You lose. Any good distros should I ship it with? Try man ED when you're done with your match. No ED. There we go. I have Void, bro. GNU ED is a line-oriented text editor. It is used to create, display, modify, and otherwise manipulate text files, both interactively and via shell scripts. Should I try Brave? I am using Floop right now. What the fuck is Floop? Look, Void Linux is its own distro. Oh, Florp. God, that sounds terrible. Enable more advanced customization in your default browser. Try Florp based on Smart Firefox, which enhances functionality and flexibility while maintaining secret and privacy. Even though it doesn't. That's adding development and research focused. If it adds more attack surface, that would be the complete opposite. Just use Brave. Like, Firefox has lost the plot anyways. Florp ED was designed for those teletype typewriter interfaces they use to compose. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. Florp just seems like a bad idea. Brave is fine. That's what I use. In Firefox when I'm, when I have no choice. Firefox to download Brave. I use Firefox to download Brave. Use, if you say so. Why is it good? Tell me what's good about it. What does it do? I mean, Mozilla's made a lot of mistakes. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's... I'm not a fan of, like, the shit they're doing. The work they're doing. Oh, shit. This person is gonna... Damn, and a good hand. I just use Google Chromium or Quick Browsing. Yeah. Chrome in general has the best security and sandboxing. Not really a good option. A lot of good options out there. Vidanium. So you could use Trident, which is Secure Blue's fork of the Vanadium browser. So it will not maintain the same security as if it was native, but it's pretty sick browser. I use it on cubes to fuck around and find out. Firefox with some tweaks. Okay. But if you have to, there's all these Firefox forks. Like, there's all these forks to make Firefox more secure this way, more private this way. If you have to do all these things, it's clearly not Firefox is just not good out the gate. It's just a lot of configuration, in my opinion, with not a lot of benefit. Also, it's not bloated like Firefox. They added a AI blah blah shit. It's not bloated, but they add AI? What? Yeah, neither is Chrome. Chrome's, like, in itself is not bloated. I think people shit on Chrome because it's, you know, because Google bad kind of thing. Chrome sucks by default. Sure. I mean, it depends who you ask. I mean, Brave just makes what Chrome should be. If that makes sense. Brave makes default Chrome okay. I was a huge Bromite fan for a long time. I liked Bromite. Very nice. Google. I mean, sure. But does that mean their product is does that mean they not care or have good security? No. People just say Google bad. They don't have a reason why, if that makes sense. I don't know. Yeah, vigilance. It does. I mean, like, you could say Google's bad about a lot of things. I'm compiling Brave. Oh, nice. See you in 4 years. Unfortunately, blocked that. How fast voids boot into your PC? I don't know. I haven't rebooted in a minute. I'd have to check that. I don't know what the boot time is. Ugh. What should I lose? It's over. Do you see my last message? Oh. Ad network, censorship, their payments, employees, their monopolies, their lame search engine. I need to go on. Okay, but that didn't answer. That really didn't answer my point. I asked if their security is bad. Just because Google's a bad company doesn't mean that their security is bad. That was my point. I fully acknowledge that Google is a terrible privacy record. But the point is, that doesn't mean that they don't have smart engineers that care about security, and that Google doesn't care about quote unquote open source to like a certain degree, because they do. I mean, Chrome OS is one of their most secure products. Android is, contrary to popular belief, is secure. This is why Graphene OS didn't decide to come up with their own. Google. This is why they picked the Pixel, because the Pixel has very good secure hardware. I don't think Chrome is bad security. Why is bad security wise out the box? Yeah, for the average normal user, it has great. I mean, there's a really good chart that no longer is public. You have to pull up the archives. DiveOS, talks about this. He has like a chart of like very good secure browsers and why they work and why they're secure. And I mean, this is why Graphene OS picked Chrome OS and not Firefox as their browser for Vandadium. I mean, there's a reason for it. I would rather it suck in every other way, but still embrace that. I mean, good security should always be. The thing is, why use an insecure product that has the potential to leak all your sensitive information? You effectively just lost privacy. Good security doesn't always equal to better privacy, but it can always help you have better privacy outcomes in the long term. Ungoogled Chromium is good. Sure. Graphene OS's Vandadium is a great browser. It's why they picked Chrome. There's a reason. They have a reason. They've explained the reason, and it's why they didn't pick Firefox. If Chromium was probably, I forget why the Tor Foundation picked Firefox, but it probably would have been better in the long term to pick Chrome, due to the fact that it has really good sandboxing, which is important. I can't wait for Ladybird. Yeah, Ladybird's gonna be cool. It's but I would never use it like right off the gate. I would want to see heavy testing first. I'm okay with independent browsers being made and independent search engines being made, but we can't just embrace competition when people just want to make shitty, insecure products in that place of that competition. We need a new player? Yeah, kind of. But that doesn't mean it's going to be good. That doesn't mean it's going to be secure. The browser is the most important window in the operating system. People use browsers for everything. Literally everything. The browser is a look into your life, so it's very important to make sure that that is secure out the gate. And again, if people want to make the decision to use ship products, I mean, they're free to do so. I'm okay with it, but what I'm not okay with is people endorsing it. I mean, look at the Freedom phone and the unplugged phone. I mean, that's a perfect example. A shitty product endorsed by people, and it sucks. How was Ladybird looking? Where's it at? You can't judge it. It isn't even released. I'm not judging it. I'm judging the fact that just because it's a new player doesn't mean that it is going to be a good browser or that we need it. Is the point that I'm making. Also, it's made in C++. What an awful decision. Not Rust based. No Rust, unbased. And I mean, like I said, just because we need something doesn't porridge. Just because we need something doesn't mean that it's going to be good, doesn't mean it's going to succeed, doesn't mean it's a good idea, doesn't mean it actually is going to be safe and secure, which is important. I want competition, but not competition at the expense of a shittier product. At the moment, many core libraries support components integrated from Serenity OS. libweb. Lib? I'm out. Okay. It's still being actively maintained. I need support out of the gate, though. It needs support out of the gate? No, it doesn't. Just because it's new doesn't mean it needs support. That'd be crazy. Look at the people that supported Star Citizen. Look how that fucking worked out for them. That's great. That's a good example. The most funded game in history, and they admit that it'll never be finished. Got support out of the gate. Not finished. Garbage. Not necessarily. You can make a good product and then release it. We don't need to do half-ass products. I'm just pointing out, like, you know, this browsers are very important. This is why Brave didn't reinvent the browser. They just built it off something that they know that was going to work. We don't need reinventions for everything. Like I said, I'm embracing the... Sure, Chrome sucked out of the gate, but the internet was vastly less used as back then than it is now. We are using more internet now than we are before. So again, that's my point is you should now have more resources, more time, and more education on how to make a very good secure browser. And not a shitty one. So what if Ladybird gets released and it's just backdoored? Would you retract your support then? You know what I mean? Like, if Google has a monopoly, that is really... Google does have a monopoly, and that's bad. That is bad. I never said that it is not. But my argument isn't the monopoly part. My argument is you need still a secure... That doesn't negate the fact that we need a secure browser. People have been saying Firefox is going to die forever. I don't know. You can't say that. You have no... What is the indication that Firefox is going to die is crazy. Like Mozilla isn't going to go anywhere. Firefox is open source. There's no indication that Firefox is going anywhere. People say this about projects all the time because they hit some speed bumps. I think Firefox is mismanaged. I think the way they spend their money is stupid. And I think, where did Tyan go? I don't know what Tyan is. Is that a browser? Mozilla has been ticking their remaining users off. Yeah, Ryan. God damn it. I don't know. Ryan isn't here. He was never in the chat. He's probably drinking. Yeah, they've been making poor decisions, which I'm not a fan of. Hence why I don't use Firefox really. It's very rare. now, like very rare now. It is, like I said, it's to download. But here's the thing: Firefox still supports uBlock Origin. That's huge. That's gonna make people go to it. But I don't know why there's all these fucking Firefox clones coming out of nowhere. Look at, what is it? Zen browser. Zen browser. Why the fuck did we need this? Zen browser. Florp. Based on Firefox. Why the fuck did we need this? You know what I mean? I can go on the list of Firefox, like all these forks, making these forks coming out of nowhere when it's like really we don't need it. It was based on Chromium in the past, but due to some technical issues, it has been based on Firefox since then. And I look at these reasons that people get it, like they're like, look at all these plugins, or like it's got sidebars. LibreWolf is probably the only yeah, LibreWolf is great. It works. And even them, I think they said, that they said something. They said something, or it was Arkenfox. Arkenfox said that he's gonna stop, like. Arkenfox was like, use LibreWolf. There is no purpose for me. There is no purpose in using it. I think they even recommended just use it. When I used Zen hardware, acceleration was nowhere near in sight, despite it being turned on. Zen just seems like a dumb idea. Like, genuinely. Why the fuck do I care about side tabs too? Zen mods, customize your browser. Like, you can already do this. Zen papercut theme. Like, people are making themes. Guys, I can hide tabs now. Like, fucking kiss yourself. Oh my god. Zen browser and its cult-like community. I didn't even know there was a community. Several months ago, I've had a GPU literally die while watching a YouTube video on Zen. The GPU basically overheated. I had to replace the GPU, which I swapped my dead GPU with the machine that kept working just fine until I noticed that my second GPU is so overheated. So I quit the Zen app update. The focus of this entire thread isn't on the fact that my GPU died. I understand that my GPU would have died from another app utilizing all my GPU. It's that the GPU overutilization is a thing in Zen since a long time. Is this a real thing? You sound angry. You should install OpenBSD and calm down. No, I'm not angry. What do you mean? Why would I be angry? It's the internet, brother. A modern GPU can't overheat to death. It would throttle down. Yep, people thought that New World was killing GPUs, but the game was just exposing. The third paper seems to be generalizing from. I don't know. Not gonna lie, Zen browser does feel like they have a cult. It's all Google. This meme's over. This meme is, except for Tor. Tor's not Google. FreeBSD and OpenBSD source? No. It's kind of funny. This guy uses Tor, but Tor is not based on. I mean, because Google runs the internet, kind of. You could say it's all It's all Cloudflare. Who the fuck uses Opera GX though? Graphene OS is a cult too. I wouldn't say it's a cult. You can tell if Graphene OS it has something that's insecure, they take it. They admit where mistakes happen. The difference is a cult will never admit that they have a mistake, that there's mistakes about their product. That's the difference. If there's a security flaw or like an issue within Graphene OS, and it's brought up, Have you interacted with the main dev? Yes, I've interacted with Daniel McKay. He's an asshole, but that doesn't mean he's a cult. It's not cult. That doesn't mean it's a cult. They just correct the sloppy information that's spread on the internet, which I think is a need. That's not cult. That's not cult. It's actually cult mentality to spread misinformation consistently and then argue on it when you're wrong. That's the problem. That's cult mentality. Like the argument that like your phone is listening to you through your microphone in the background. This is common. This is commonly regurgitated. You can argue against it even though there is no proof that it does exist. It's been tested, and then people will still regurgitate this information. Or they'll say that Google has a back door inside the back of, like, at the chip level, and without any proof, they'll say it. You know what I mean? That is brainwashed to thinking that you are right and you're more knowledgeable than people that actively work on. I mean, you can go look at the open source software like with Android and figure out yourself. He thinks Louis Rossmann is trying to kill him. That's old, outdated information. Like they had a big disagreement, and Daniel McKay's autistic and an asshole, and he probably thinks that everyone's out to kill him. Also, like, Louis Rossmann exposed a very private conversation to the world and then told people to stop installing Graphene OS because he had a bad interaction with one person that's on the team. That's not the whole team of Graphene OS anyways. I think his take was really bad, actually. But again, that's irrelevant. I don't care what Daniel McKay is not the owner of Graphene OS. He can't turn it off. He's barely active in the project anymore, I think, to a certain degree. And they have full-time lead developers and a better PR team that interacts with people that isn't at the same level. Again, I think Daniel McKay is just probably very tired of repeating himself to a high degree against people that are trying to spread misinformation when it comes to privacy and security in the Android space and in the computer. Like, people think like Windows people still think Linux is more secure than Windows. That's still a common thought process that goes through people's heads when it's not true. Windows has better security out the gate than Linux. Linux has a lot of security problems. As a Linux user, I acknowledge this. And then people bring up FreeBSD, OpenBSD. You're comparing server infrastructure versus hardware infrastructure, like on a desktop. It does probably get tiring to hear people that constantly tout incorrect talking ports. Yeah, NetBSD. That's actually the secure way. And that's just my thought on it, and I agree with it. I don't think Louis Rossmann should have leaked the messages personally. I mean, but this is a good example of why you should delete your message. NetBSD, the best BSD, true. But I don't think Louis Rossmann should have leaked the messages personally. I think that was kind of rude. But at the same time, he also did tell people that they should not install Graphene OS. Like, he's like, I'm not going to install it. I don't trust this man with this code going on my phone. I think that in itself is a problem, because now that doesn't mean that the code is insecure or like there's anything going to be malicious done. Again, Daniel McKay is not the only member in Graphene OS. There's a lot of people that have a lot of input and say what goes into the project. And if the ultimate goal is a more private, security-focused operating system, especially when there's a pool of them that don't exist, and they're trying to say, "Oh, use my product," then essentially you are achieving nothing. It's problematic, and I can see why it's a problematic thing. Look at the unplugged phone. Look at the Freedom phone. Look at Rob Braxman's phone, which is a pile of shit that's built on insecure hardware. So like, if your security isn't the main focus, then absolutely not give a shit and move on and install whatever the fuck you want. But if you want to be honest with yourself and security is the main focus, then you should never trust those kind of projects. I mean, that's just my 2 cents on it. I'm aware of the drama. I just think the drama is just like not a thing anymore. Like, I remember when you should try 9front What do you mean? Oh, Plan 9? Everything is a file? Yeah, I'm aware of this. That sounds terrible. Okay, guys. Short stream over. I appreciate y'all stopping by. I love y'all. Thank you for the conversations. And make sure to like and subscribe and share with the algorithm. Argue in the comments so that YouTube does not, I am a file. You should put PDF in front of that. Make sure that you share, and you also argue in the comments so that YouTube thinks I'm a friendly content creator, and I will do not tell people to kiss themselves, KYS. Twitter will lift my ban at some point, hopefully in the future, and I will stop being mean to people on the internet. I hope you all have a good night. See you later.